Once upon a time, there was a young boy named Sammy who lived in a quiet village by the sea. His house was just a stone's throw away from the beach, and he spent most of his time playing there. The sea was Sammy's greatest love. Every day he would run to the coast, watching the waves crash against the shore, letting the sound of the ocean fill his ears. From an early age, he loved adventures and strange stories. Sammy always dreamed of traveling the world and seeing faraway places. He loved hearing tales of brave sailors who sailed across the seas to mysterious lands filled with magic and adventure. And so Sammy grew up with a heart full of wanderlust, always imagining himself as a great sailor one day. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and painted the sky in hues of orange and purple, Sammy was walking along the shore. As he strolled, he noticed something peculiar floating in the water. It was an old glass bottle, and it was bobbing gently on the waves as if trying to catch someone's attention. With a mixture of curiosity and excitement, Sammy waded into the shallow water and retrieved the bottle. As he pulled it out of the water, he noticed that it had something written on it. But because of the salty seawater, the writing was barely visible. With careful movements, he began to wipe off the salt, revealing the faded ink underneath. And when he finally deciphered the message, his eyes widened in amazement. It simply said, "To the lost island of dreams, where anything is possible." With a pounding heart and a mind filled with anticipation, Sammy decided to follow the map's clues. He knew that the journey would be fraught with challenges, but his thirst for adventure and desire to discover the secrets of the lost island of dreams outweighed any fear. Now, Sammy's grandfather, who was a renowned sailor in his youth, had many stories about strange islands and uncharted waters. Sammy decided to seek his wisdom and guidance before embarking on his quest. The old man listened intently to Sammy's tale, and when Sammy finished, a thoughtful expression crossed his wrinkled face. "Sammy," he began, his voice raspy with age, "this is no ordinary map you possess. It's a magical one passed down through generations of sailors." Sammy's eyes widened in surprise, and he leaned closer, eager to hear more. "It leads to the lost island of dreams, a place where reality bends and imagination runs wild," his grandfather continued, his gaze distant as if he were seeing the island himself. "But be warned, Sammy, the path to the island is fraught with peril, and many have ventured there and never returned." Sammy's heart skipped a beat, but his determination only grew stronger. "I want to see it for myself," he exclaimed, his voice ringing with youthful confidence. The old sailor looked at his grandson, admiration flickering in his eyes. "Very well," he said, a hint of a smile touching his lips. "If you're brave enough to face the challenges that lie ahead, then go. But be cautious, Sammy. The lost island of dreams can be a deceptive place. It feeds on the desires of those who seek it." Sammy nodded, his eyes shining with gratitude and excitement. He hugged his grandfather, whispering, "Thank you." Then he turned and ran towards the shore, eager to begin his journey. As soon as Sammy saw the rising sun, he knew it was time to start his journey. He had prepared a small but sturdy boat for the journey, and now he stood at the helm, ready to set sail. Beside him perched a small bird, Zizo, who had become Sammy's constant companion. Zizo wasn't just any bird, though. He was a magical companion, able to understand and speak to humans. With a gentle nudge of his beak, Zizo showed Sammy the direction he needed to head. Taking a deep breath, Sammy adjusted the sails, and with Zizo flapping his wings in encouragement, the boat began to move away from the familiar coastline, venturing into the vast expanse of the open sea. The initial calm of the journey soon gave way to the fury of the elements. High waves crashed against the boat, threatening to engulf it, while strong winds threatened to tear the sails. But Sammy, with newfound determination, battled against the storm, his eyes fixed on the horizon where the sun was beginning its descent. Just as the first rays of the sun touched the waves, signaling the end of the day, a gigantic shape emerged from the churning waters. A colossal whale, larger than the boat itself, breached the surface, its jaws wide open, as if ready to devour them whole. Fear momentarily paralyzed Sammy, but Zizo, the wise little bird, quickly regained his composure. With a sharp chirp, he flew in a wide circle around the whale, distracting it long enough for Sammy to maneuver the boat away from its snapping jaws. The whale, confused by the sudden appearance of the bird, splashed its tail against the water, creating a miniature whirlpool that pulled the boat further away from danger. As the night deepened, the storm subsided, leaving behind an eerie calm. The sea, now still and dark, mirrored the star-studded sky above. It was in this moment of stillness that Sammy and Zizo realized the true depth of their adventure. They were not merely sailing on the open sea, they were navigating the very essence of bravery and resilience. And as they sailed through the darkness, they knew that they were not alone. The spirit of adventure that burned within them was a beacon guiding them towards the unknown. After days at sea, the lost island of dreams finally appeared on the horizon. Not as a speck on the endless blue, but as a majestic vision that seemed almost otherworldly. The sight that greeted them was both breathtaking and surreal. Lush green trees glittered as if adorned with countless diamonds, and sparkling waterfalls cascaded down rainbow-colored cliffs. The air was filled with the melody of unseen birds, creating a symphony of nature's finest music. Guided by these enchanting melodies, Sammy steered the boat towards the shore, where soft white sand embraced the turquoise waters. As they anchored the boat and prepared to disembark, Sammy couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and disbelief. Before him lay an island that seemed to exist outside the boundaries of reality, a place where nature had outdone itself and where dreams seemed to take flight. With Zizo perched on his shoulder, Sammy stepped onto the shore, each step echoing the rhythm of his pounding heart. The jungle beckoned, promising wonders and mysteries around every bend. The air was thick with the fragrance of exotic flowers, and the gentle rustle of leaves whispered tales of forgotten magic. As they ventured deeper into the island's embrace, Sammy and Zizo came across a clearing that seemed to hold a piece of the sky itself. A crystal-clear pool lay nestled amidst vibrant flowers and trees that swayed gracefully in the warm breeze. The water, as still as a mirror, reflected the azure sky above, blurring the line between earth and heaven. It was here by the pool that Sammy encountered the first of the island's magical inhabitants, a wise old turtle with eyes that twinkled like stars. The turtle, with a voice that rumbled like distant thunder, greeted them, extending a gnarled hand towards Sammy. "Welcome to the Island of Dreams," the turtle boomed, his voice resonating with ancient wisdom, "where the boundaries of reality fade and the tapestry of dreams unfurls." As Sammy and Zizo sat beside the shimmering pool, the turtle shared tales of the island's enchantment, warning them of the delicate balance between dreams and reality. "Beware," the turtle cautioned, his gaze turning serious, "for the island's magic can ensnare the unwary, blurring the lines between fantasy and truth." Sammy, his heart filled with wonder and a touch of apprehension, thanked the turtle for his guidance and continued his exploration of the island. As the sun began its slow descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Sammy stumbled upon another inhabitant of the lost island of dreams, a white rabbit dressed in a waistcoat and a top hat. The rabbit, who introduced himself as the March Hare, was a whimsical character with an infectious laugh and an air of playful mischief. As they walked together, the March Hare regaled Sammy with tales of the island's oddities, from talking flowers to tea parties that defied time. But beneath the rabbit's seemingly carefree demeanor, Sammy sensed a hint of sadness, a longing for something beyond the island's borders. With gentle persistence, Sammy managed to draw the March Hare into a conversation about the island's mysteries. The rabbit hesitated, his playful facade momentarily faltering before he finally spoke. "This island," the March Hare began, his voice taking on a somber tone, "is a place where time stands still. It feeds on the desires of those who come here, trapping them in an eternal present." Sammy's heart sank as he realized the gravity of their situation. The lost island of dreams, with all its beauty and wonder, held a dark secret, a secret that threatened to consume those who ventured too far into its enchanting depths. Determined to uncover the truth and free the March Hare from his melancholic prison, Sammy pressed on. His journey led him through fields of ethereal flowers, to a towering oak tree whose branches seemed to reach towards the heavens. Beneath the tree, an ancient-looking book lay half-hidden among the roots. As Sammy approached, the book opened by itself, revealing pages filled with cryptic symbols and verses that hinted at the island's forgotten history. With a mix of excitement and trepidation, Sammy began to decipher the book's secrets, hoping to find the key to breaking the island's spell. Little did he know that the unraveling of the book's mysteries would lead him to a confrontation that would test his courage and determination like never before, for the fate of the lost island of dreams rested in his hands.